Hey there, Sagittarius, and welcome back to Unicorn Tarot for your weekly reading. This is going to be a reading for the week of the 14th through the 20th, and we're going to take a look at your past, your present, and your near future energies. Also, Sag, please remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps me out with YouTube's algorithm. Okay. Near future energies are pretty powerful. So, the main energy for your reading this week is the Seven of Pentacles. You're definitely assessing or trying to decide if you want to invest your energy into something. The desire is there. You're showing me like, I do want to do this, but I don't know if the energy, like if the juice is worth the squeeze type of thing. So we'll see. In the recent past, you get the Strength, the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands. Your passion, your drawn energy, like you being pulled like a moth to a flame, that feeling is intensified in the recent past. It's almost like something really piqued your interest and you're like, ooh, that's interesting. And then as more time passed, you're like, oh my gosh, that's not only interesting, I really want to go there. I really want to do that. But you're also showing me that it's hard. I don't know why, but something is like, it's difficult for you to be able to deal with these feelings or act based on how you feel. So we'll see when we clarify. In the current situation, you get the Hierophant, the Five of Swords, the Ten of Swords. There's a very strong, powerful connection showing up here for you in the current situation. But you are convinced that it is done. It's over. You and this person are done. This connection is done. Now, the reason I keep emphasizing convinced is because I feel like you're trying to force yourself to believe this. Because otherwise, you may have to, your feelings may be overpowering your logic. And so here in the current situation, you're like, it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done. But you feel this, no, it's done. Are you sure? Yeah, it's over, it's done, it's done, it's done. Okay. In the near future, you get the Tower, the Empress, and the Hermit. It's not done. Sorry to break it to you. There's a lot of healing happening here for you in the near future surrounding this person, surrounding this connection. And you look at this person, by the way, you view this person as your person. This is the person for me. We are compatible on so many levels. There's a lot of healing going on, but what's interesting is you don't see this healing coming. And again, I can understand why, because in the current situation, all you're showing me is I keep telling myself over and over and over again that it's done. Well, we can tell ourselves a lot of things, can't we? Well, let's take a look. Again, this could be your energy or your person's energy. Take the energies as they resonate for you. Let's take a look at your Seven of Pentacles, which is the main energy for your reading this week. Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Three of Cups. You're looking at this whole situation, this whole desire that you have of reconciling, of getting back together with somebody. You're looking at it, and again, you're showing me, I do want this. I definitely want the reconciliation. But there are so many roadblocks on the path to reconciliation that I don't know if I actually want to invest the energy in making this reconciliation happen. So it's like, you can see the destination, but there's a bunch of like hills, there's a bunch of like, you know, barbed wire along the way. And you're like, I could make it there, but do I actually want to, you know, go through all this hassles and all these like different roadblocks to try to get to this person, to this possibility of getting back together? I don't know. Let's see. Let's take a look at your recent past. I'm going to clarify the Strength for you in the recent past first. The Strength is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, the Strength again, the Five of Pentacles. There's definitely a separation here that took place in the past. Now, I feel like you and this person are almost like made for the long term. You and this person shared a connection that is so compatible, so stable, or at least it appeared so stable at some point. But there was definitely a separation that took place here, and it was difficult, both for you and for the other person. But you're showing me here twice, this separation sucked. This separation was very difficult for me to deal with. And again, when I see the Five of Pentacles, it's not necessarily a separation of we broke up, like we went our separate ways. That could be the case for some of you, but for some others of you, it could just be that the way the connection has been going, if you've been together for quite some time and you're used to things happening in a certain way and a pattern of a relationship taking place, and then suddenly there's a break, suddenly there's a rift in how that relationship is conducted, That is also the Five of Pentacles to me, where it's almost like you lost the person that you first started dating and now you're dating a completely different person. There's also that situation. But there was definitely a separation between you and this person energetically. You guys feel disconnected to me in the recent past. Let's take a look at the Page of Wands for you in the recent past. Okay, they flipped over. I take them. Give me one more for the Page of Wands in the recent past for Sag. Page of Wands is clarified by the Ace of Cups. Oops, sorry about that. The Ace of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. You definitely want to start over with this person, to have a brand new beginning from a very loving place. It's almost like if somebody was like, hey, let me wave a magic wand, your wish would be, let me just start over. Let's get back to that place where everything felt loving, everything felt good, everything felt great. Thing is, though, you're also showing me that you don't know how to get there. There's a lot of overthinking. You're very stuck in your head about this, about what to do, how to do this. Can I make this happen? Can we actually get back to that place? And so even though you have the desire to get back to that place somewhere within you, you don't really know how to get there. You don't know if it's even possible to get there. So I don't really see you taking any action to make this happen. Let's take a look at the Knight of Wands for you in the recent past. The Knight of Wands is clarified by the Star, the Five of Cups, the Three of Wands. You're definitely looking back here at the past, at something that took place at the past, and wishing you could heal it, wishing you could fix it. Again, you definitely are feeling very drawn to this. I can see your desire to make this happen, to go back to the good times, to make things feel as good and loving and balanced as they used to at some point. Because I can see that this connection was very stable. There was a lot of love here at some point. And you're showing me like, I wish I could heal this. I wish I could heal all these very negative, heavy energies tied up to the past. But again, I don't see you actually doing anything. All I'm seeing here is you having this desire. It's a very deep desire, but you're also just waiting. It's almost like you're waiting for the right time. You're waiting for the perfect time to take action, because in the recent past, you're telling me it's not the right time. It's not the right time. It's not the right time. Let's take a look at your current situation. I would like to clarify the Hierophant, please, for Sag in the current situation. The Hierophant is clarified by the Two of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, the Eight of Wands. You're very confused in the current situation about the status of this connection. It's almost like you're showing me here, I want to apologize. I want to open up. I want to communicate. But you keep showing an energy of confusion around it. And I don't feel like you don't know how to apologize. I don't feel like you don't know how to open up. So I don't think that's where it's coming from. But I feel like it's almost like your head is coming in and playing some tricks and being like, well, do you even need to apologize? Is there any hope here? Should I even bother trying to communicate with this person, or is all hope lost? It's very interesting because throughout your reading thus far, and I haven't clarified the whole thing, but I can keep seeing like you have a desire to do something. You want to make something happen, but then there's another energy or another force that comes in and it's like, well, don't do that. Well, maybe you should think about it some more. Well, maybe you should take some more time, you know? And I feel like that's where the confusion sets in for you. Let's take a look at the Five of Swords in the current situation. Five of Swords is clarified by the Fool, the Temperance, and the Knight of Pentacles. You're convinced, literally, you're convinced or you're convincing yourself, one or the other, that, you know, we're going to start over. It's going to be like a completely brand new start. We're going to wipe the slate clean. Everything's good. Everything's going to get healed. Everything's going to get fixed. It's going to be fine, you know, slowly but surely, with enough time. If we just let time pass, everything's going to sort itself out and we're going to be able to start from scratch. We're going to be able to start from the ground up and all the good energies are going to come back. Thing is though, Sag, and I'm going to be honest with you, the Five of Swords is here. When the Five of Swords shows up to me, that's somebody really just kind of like burying their head in the sand and being like, well, I'm going to believe this. I'm going to believe this. And if I believe it, contrary to what I see or what I feel, if I keep repeating this to myself, then this is the truth. And again, we all do this. We all are guilty of this. Because sometimes we just really don't want to deal with things. because we don't know how to, because we don't know what to do, but we definitely all do this. Let's take a look at the Ten of Swords for you in the current situation. Ten of Swords is clarified by the Moon, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. So I feel like this energy of denial that I just described at some point is going to come to an end. I feel like you realize that you're kind of bullshitting yourself and you're like, okay, enough. I gotta face the facts. I don't want to, right? But I gotta do it. And you're showing me here that you really do want a brand new beginning, but it's almost like you're in an energy of like, I don't just want this, I'm gonna finally do something about it. There's a lot of resistance here. This is kind of an energy of somebody like pushing you from behind and you just being like, oh, I don't want to do this. I mean, I'll do it, but I don't want to do this. But you're still doing it. Because I feel like, again, deep down, you definitely do want to do this. But there's also a lot of, we'll call them roadblocks, a lot of roadblocks that you can foresee that are kind of making you want to be like dragging your feet a little bit. But this energy, this is actually surprising to me. The energy of everything's fine, everything's going to be fine. You cut that out very, very quickly. And usually people don't have the capacity to do that so quickly. So props to you, Sag. Let's take a look at your near future. I want to see what the Tower is for you in the near future. The Tower is clarified by the Seven of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Four of Cups. I feel like in the near future, a lot of difficult energies just kind of fall onto you from nowhere. It's like you've been resisting them. You've been fighting them off for quite some time, where it's like you didn't want to deal with them. And I feel like these are the roadblocks that I've been talking about this whole time. And it's not energies that are coming from externally, right? It's not like somebody did something to you to bring these about in the near future. These are energies that have been within you for quite some time, and they've kind of been bubbling underneath the surface. Energies of unhappiness, energies of pain, energies of, like emotional pain that you haven't really processed. They've kind of been bubbling and you really haven't wanted to look at them or deal with them. And I feel like in the near future, you're finally like letting up the pressure a little bit. You're like, okay, come on guys, come to the surface. I can handle you. And then Spirit's like, okay. And instead of like giving them to you, bit by bit, Spirit's like, okay, here's a waterfall of all these things. Go ahead, deal with them. But it's because you can. It's because you can handle them. It's unexpected. I feel like for you, you think like they're going to surface, slowly, bit by bit, and then they just all come flooding up at once. But I can definitely see you like handling them, dealing with them. Let's take a look at this Empress for you in the near future. The Empress is clarified by the the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the Sun. There's a lot of growth happening here for you in the near future, Sag. Lots and lots of growth. And what's beautiful is as you go through this growth process, as you really develop, and it's not just growing, in the 3D world. Your higher self is growing. You're elevating to higher levels of understanding who you are and really seeing the true beauty that you carry within you, regardless of gender. And as that whole process comes about, you also step into an energy of happiness. This energy that you're experiencing is the polar opposite of these energies that, have been bubbling up beneath you. So I feel like once you clear these out, and it doesn't seem like it's going to take you very long, once you clear these out, it's just happiness. You just feel happy. You feel light. You feel like, you were able to illuminate a lot of things within your life. This is beautiful. Okay, I'm going to take this one. The other didn't flip over, so I don't take them. Give me two more for the Hermit in the near future for Sag. Beautiful. The Hermit's clarified by the Five of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Emperor. Remember how I said there's a lot of self-denial in the current situation? In the near future, you're healing that. You're completely healing that, and you're starting from a very, very clean, passionate, like brand new beginning place. You're coming from a place of tons of stability, both within yourself, but also in your external world. I feel like things that bothered you in the past, things that you used to bottle up, things that you didn't feel like you had any control over, those don't bug you anymore in the near future. It's like you've completely shifted into a different energy. And you get the Empress and the Emperor, okay? This is a lot of growth, and this is a lot of stability coming in for you, for your higher self in the near future. You really are stepping into your power here in the near future, which is so beautiful, Sag. Let's see what the universe wants you to keep in mind this week. From the universe, you get the Seven of Wands. There's the Seven of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Because you are confused, because there's a lack of clarity and you don't know which path to pick, you don't know which path to walk on, I feel like you're just kind of like, you know what? I'm not going to do anything. Yes, I feel like I want to do something. Yes, I feel called to take action. Yes, I feel called to move in a specific direction. But because I don't know exactly what to do, because I don't know exactly how it's going to unfold, because there's a lot of confusion for me, I'm just not going to do anything. I'm not going to move. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait until I feel better about the situation, or until I feel more clear about what I should do. What's the best course of action for me? You definitely get that clarity, though. You're elevating yourself here. You're stepping into your power for sure. Let's close off your reading with an oracle card from the universe. Take time to breathe out. Pretty straightforward, but I feel like you are doing that. You are taking the time. You're definitely taking the time until you feel right, until you feel ready, until you feel like you know exactly what you want to do. And then it comes up and you actually do handle these. So this is very interesting, the way your energies flow in this reading. But it is beautiful to see the energy in the near future. So Sag, that is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. If it resonated, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you here next week. Bye, Sag.